If you've ever wanted to learn how to write over $5 million a year in annuity volume, Level Up Advisors Academy was built for you. In this academy, we talk about things like how to do massive annuity production, assets under management, big whole life and IUL cases. Look, 5 years ago, before I built this product, I didn't even know how to spell the word annuity, but a simple system that I learned allowed me to write over $5 million a year in annuity production and now over $10 million a year. I took what I know, the system that I've built, and I put it into Level Up Advisors Academy for you to be able to have access to it 24/7 on demand. If you've ever wanted to take your business to the next level, this academy was built for you. Click the link below to get access today. Look forward to working with you in the future. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of The Agent's Edge. My name is Ryan Polimeni. Today we're going to talk about how to start a business with little to no money. Now, when I say little to no money, I'll tell you, when I first started, I had no money. Dead broke, 19 years old, started my own business. I started, like a lot of people in the network marketing industry, and it was a unique opportunity because when you talk about starting a business with little to no money, let me be very clear. A service-based business is a lot easier to start with no money. Why? Because you don't have to inventory anything. You don't have to have piles of stuff at your house, in order to sell. And really, if you're selling a service, there is no cost to that service if you're selling it. Now, there's cost of time. And again, if you don't have a tangible product to sell, it makes this process a lot easier. Now, when I say little to no, sometimes you have to use a credit card. Sometimes you have to use other people's money. We call that OPM, right? So again, a lot of the times you see people that have been majorly successful and you hear they started with $2,000. Look, they started with $2,000 because they had a service-based business. And so I think that if you're looking at any type of business model and you're trying to figure out how do I do this and be incredibly profitable, number one, you have to find a service or a product that allows you to have little inventory, little cost, and high profits on it. Why do people like the real estate world? Well, again, you don't have to inventory the real estate other than having a booklet that shows your clients what houses you have to sell. Then you go and you make a big commission, right? It's a profitable business venture. The same thing with the financial world. You don't have to inventory life insurance policies, right? You go and you offer it, you sell it, you get paid, and the insurance companies send all the paperwork to them, so on and so forth. So service-based business allow you to have the biggest profit margins and starting with little to no money. But here's what I want you to think about. No matter what you do, there's a few things that you can really take to catapult your business to the next level, which is this. If you're just starting off, use what's available to you. Use your friends, your family, your relatives, your neighbors, anybody that's around you. Tell them what you do. Don't be afraid to do that. Use what you have. Now, here's the other thing too. Use networking events. I've talked about this before, but use networking events to help you meet people that can help refer business. That's a very simple way to get your business going very quickly. One of the things that I used to do early on, now again, I'm going to go back to my network marketing days because some of you watch this maybe in the network marketing industry. What I used to do is what's called a private business reception. And this didn't cost me anything. I would gather up some people at my home. Back in the day, I had a one-bedroom apartment, so you should see a lot of people sitting around in a one-bedroom apartment. But I made it an event. I said, listen, y'all got to come out and check out what I'm doing. If y'all want to make about $500 a month extra without spending really any time away from home, let me show you an opportunity to come over to my house Tuesday at 7 o'clock, and we're going to talk about an opportunity with a bunch of other people. Oh, by the way, would you mind bringing a bag of chips with you? Right, when people make a commitment to come and they're going to commit to bringing something, they're most likely going to show up. But again, this is a very simple way to get a lot of people in a room. I know with COVID, be careful with that, but to get a lot of people in a room, all contributing and all committed to just at least seeing what you have to offer. It may not be for them. Maybe if you invite 10, 5 people may take action on it, maybe only one person. But my point is you didn't spend any money on marketing. You didn't spend anything but time, teaching people what to do or what you're offering to them. It allows you to get started quickly. Now, once you kind of get through that part and you've got kind of all your friends and family that you've already talked to, the next thing is you are going to need some sort of lead tool. Now, if you're using leads, my recommendation is this. Create an explosion in your business as fast as humanly possible. What do I mean by that? I mean that you have to come out of the gate smoking. You cannot go into it going, you know what, I'll take 2 of those leads. If you're going to do that, you might as well just keep trying to friend to family deal because the lead situation is not going to work for you. You can't go and buy 2 leads and expect something to happen. That's not creating an explosion in your business. Now, this may be to the point where you have to spend a little bit of money. If you're like me, I had to put all of my beginnings on a credit card. I didn't have any money. I was 19 years old. I was a server at a restaurant. I was barely paying my bills, getting ready to be evicted from my house, okay? That's where I was when I started my business. So I'm telling you from experience, I didn't have $10,000, $20,000 hanging around for me to jumpstart my business. I had to do the friends and family deal, make a few sales, take that money, reinvest it back into my business to create an explosion, to create a spark, something that jumpstarts you to get the momentum train running. And once you have the momentum train running, your thought then should be, how do I keep reinvesting back to double my sales every single week? Because here's the deal. If you're the person that says, I'll take 2 or 3 of those leads and try it out, it's not going to work for you. That's not a commitment to your business. And if you're going to really do this at a high level, you have got to be insanely committed to your business. But here's what it takes to get to that commitment level. It takes belief in you. It takes belief in your product. I failed at network marketing because I didn't believe in my product. I was there because somebody told me it was a great opportunity and I was peddling it to try to make some money. But at the end of the day, I didn't really believe in what I was selling. There was no real value to what I was offering people. I was trying to make a buck when I was 19 years old, trying to figure things out. But if you believe in what you're doing, like now, I'm in the financial services business. I highly believe in what I do because I've been able to add a lot of value to people over the last decade, and I see it on a day-to-day what we're able to do. So I believe in me, and I believe in my products and services. So you have to ask yourself the question, do you believe in what you're doing? Because before you commit any money, no money, time, you have to ask yourself that question. So I'm going to ask you again, do you believe in you? Do you believe in your products or service? Let's start there. If you can answer yes to both of those, then we're ready to roll. If you hesitated, then we need to have a different conversation. Or you need to figure out a way to become more passionate about what you're doing. Because if you're not passionate about it, you're never going to have any clarity. You're never going to believe in yourself or the system, and you're going to be spinning your wheels. Look, after 12 years of doing this, recruiting a lot of people who are broke as a joke that come in and they want to become multimillionaires, you give them an opportunity and they fail. Why? Because they don't believe in what they're doing. You could give somebody the best opportunity in the world, but if they don't believe in themselves and they don't believe in the opportunity, it's a lost cause. It has to start with you too, right? So it doesn't take a lot of money to do that. But once you make your first sale, your first few sales, you should be reinvesting that money back in your business. And an explosion looks like, I don't want 3 leads, give me 20. You have to stack the deck in your favor. And most people who are in the financial services world, real estate world, that are purchasing leads never make the commitment to stack the deck in their favor. And they just get by. There's no profits. It's just getting by. And they think that they're in running a business. They think they're in business running a business. It doesn't work that way. You have to stack the deck in your favor, which means that you should be purchasing 20 to 30 leads a week. You're going, Ryan, that would cost me $3,000. Great. Where can you get that $3,000 from? Because let me ask you this. What you should be doing is the math on how it all breaks down. Because if you got 30 leads, and let's say you were able to sit down with 20 people, and out of those 20 people, 10 of them bought from you. So you lost 20 completely. Either they didn't book an appointment or they didn't buy from you. So we start with 30. We made 10 sales. How much is each one of those sales worth to you? You see, this is where we start looking at the numbers. How much is it? Is it worth $500? Because think about that. If you got paid $500 a sale, and you sold 10, and you made $5,000, you spent $3,000 to make $5,000, your profit is $2,000. Now, think about this for a second. This is where the numbers can get crazy. If you did that every single week and you really didn't get any better at what you're doing, no referrals, none of that kind of multiple sales in the house, let's just be real and say you're terrible at this, but you worked the numbers in your favor for a while. Well, guess what? 2 times 4, you're making $8,000 a month profit in your business. Can you live on a 6-figure income? Most people can. But are you doing the math? Because if I were to look at that and go, how many times would you trade $3,000 for $5,000? Think about that for a second. See, a lot of you are not thinking this way. You're looking at the initial $3,000 going, oh my God, if I lose that, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this. There's no way I'm going to lose my home. I'm not going to be able to. See, that's the lack of faith in you. See, anytime you start doubting those things, it's the lack of confidence in you or the product you're selling. But if you are fully confident in you and what you're offering, you go $3,000 to make 5. How many times would I trade that? I would trade that daily. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't you trade 5 for 3, 3 for 5 daily? Absolutely you would. So this is how you start working the numbers in your business. So you may have to start with little to no money, but then as you continuously keep growing your business, you will become more profitable because look, there will come a time where you'll be buying those same 30 leads, and instead of closing 10 of them, maybe now you're closing 15. Now you traded $3,000 for $7,000. And now we're getting more and more. Now you're $4,000 a week profitable. Now you're $12,000 a month in profit. Oh, and by the way, what if you got some referrals on top of this? So now you're getting better and you're making more sales off the same 30 leads, but now we're adding referrals on top of that too. So you're spending the same 3, now you're making $10,000 a week. Is it possible? Absolutely is. Does it take time? Yes, it does. But that's the commitment you have to make to your business. That's exactly what happened in our financial planning firm. At first, I had no money. I bought some leads on a credit card, went through the cycle, wasn't fully committed, was kind of running through the motions, wondering why I wasn't getting ahead. Then I made an ultimate commitment to start in the seminar world. I put $5,000 worth of seminars on my credit card, and that changed my entire life. And now what we're doing is taking the profits and reinvesting. And after 5 years of doing that, I barely have to do any marketing anymore. I barely spend any money on marketing, and we are insanely profitable. Why? Because referrals make a difference now, because relationships make a difference now, and people are coming in my pipeline. People that I spoke to in 2018 that are just now retiring are back in front of us, calling us and, hey, I couldn't do business with you before. I'm ready to retire now. Let's make some moves. And now we're making sales on stuff that I did marketing-wise 2018. It is a pipeline business. But you have to be committed to the long haul. You got committed to the ups, to the downs, to the good times and the bads, because guess what? You do this long enough, the pipeline is going to come back to you on top of your marketing efforts. So again, stay committed, stay focused, do not give up on your business, and keep going. I don't care where you are right now. You could have $0, you could have $100,000 in the bank. Depending on where you are in your business, your job is to figure out one thing. That is to how to create an explosion in your business immediately. It could be friends and family. It could be dumping some money into it. Whatever it is, make it happen. Thanks so much for watching this episode. If you like it, make sure you hit the like button, comment below, and be sure to subscribe. We'll see you on the next episode.